Hello, I'm Elaine Kuzmeskus. Welcome to my channel, Soul Cycles. Today we're going to talk about past lives. It's an intriguing question. Do you think you've lived before? Well, millions of Americans and millions of people all over the world believe they have had past lives. In fact, 2/3 of the world believes in reincarnation and past lives, as well as some very famous people. Voltaire, the philosopher, said, "It is not more surprising to live twice than it is to live once." And many of Americans and people all over the world agree with his idea that there is something that goes before life, and that is reincarnation. Henry Ford believed in it. General George Patton believed in reincarnation, Princess Diana, the poet William Wordsworth, as well as the poet Khalil Gibran. They have all written about their past life memories. And often past life memories come when you least expect it, maybe in dreams, meditations, or even being in a familiar setting, which is very important. The public has become increasingly interested in the subject of reincarnation. There are so many books now written about past life regression by professional psychiatrists that come in. For example, Dr. Brian Weiss, a Miami-based psychiatrist, has written a book, Many Lives, Many Masters. And it's an intriguing book because it talks about one of his patients, Catherine, who had many types of anxieties and was very easily upset. And like any good hypnotherapist, the first thing you do when you're working with the patient that has a problem is you relax them, and then you ask them to go back to the source of the problem. Well, in Catherine's case, she went very far back and remembered a past life. She also talked about masters that were helping her and brought through information about Dr. Brian Weiss' son, who had passed over very young. So this got his attention, and he began to really research this idea of past life regression. I was so intrigued with the idea of past life regression that I studied with Dr. Brian Weiss. In 2006, I received a certificate in past life regression at the Omega Institute in Rhinebeck, New York. And it was a wonderful time. I went up there by myself, and I thought, well, it's going to be kind of boring being by myself for 4 days, but not to worry. The first day I met a lovely friend, Carol. And Carol was also a teacher and very interested in hypnosis, and we hung out. We did a lot of wonderful things together. One of the things about Omega, they're known for their vegetarian diet, and we had salad every meal, morning, noon, and night. So one day Carol and I decided to go into town and have a fancy meal. And of course, the first thing the waitress said is, "Would you like salad?" And simultaneously, we both said no, because we'd really had a little too much of the green stuff. But lots of fun. And Carol was my first hypnotherapist. She brought me through to a past life. And in the past life, she brought me back to a time in the Holy Land. And while I was there, it was a little boy. It was up on a hill. And I was looking at the healing rabbi, who was, of course, Jesus. And I was intrigued because my whole family just wanted to get a glimpse of Jesus. And we saw him from a distance. There were crowds of people there. And it's interesting to note I've always been very interested in Jesus. As a matter of fact, when I was 5, I was with my parents in Sears Roebuck in Los Angeles. And my sister and I grabbed her by the hand. She was about 4, and we followed a nun out of the store. And when my mother caught up with us, she said, "What in the world are you doing?" I said, "Well, I want to be a nun." She just laughed. She said, "Well, you can't be a nun. Your parents are Protestant. They'll never take you." But, where did that thought come from? Where did this idea? I really do believe that it is from past life. Now, General Patton felt that he had been a Roman soldier, and he remembered many of the victories of the Roman soldiers over the Carthaginians. And Princess Diana felt that one of the reasons she was able to be by herself quietly was because she had been a nun in a past life, as well as other lifetimes. So it's an intriguing question. I do believe in reincarnation. I feel very strongly that many people can benefit from it, because when you are in a relaxed state, your mind and body can go back to previous experiences and they can be quite empowering. The American Medical Association has approved of hypnosis since 1957, and also the American Psychiatric Association since 1961. And you may wonder, how does hypnosis work? Well, hypnosis works by relaxing the physical body so you are able to tap into the subconscious mind. And in your subconscious mind, you have memories in this lifetime of childhood and also memories of past lives. Hypnosis is also very helpful for people to get rid of unwanted habits and also to help people deal with things such as stress and anxiety. Many people come for weight loss, for smoking cessation, and also learning to have a less fear of public speaking. All these are wonderful things. Even you can eradicate fear of flying and what we call phobias. Now, hypnosis is a state of relaxation where you feel more peaceful and like yourself. And one of the things that I feel very strong is to do some reading on reincarnation and past life experiences. I would recommend reading some of the Edgar Cayce books, which are very good, and also to be aware of some of the books that are out there by Marcia Moore. Marcia Moore wrote some wonderful books on reincarnation as well. One of the things that I found in my own reading is that Princess Diana believed that she had lived before as a nun. General George Patton believed that he had lived as a Roman soldier, and Loretta Lynn feels that she was a Cherokee princess. Jerry Springer felt that he had been a knight, and he had been very close to his daughter in that lifetime as a knight, as he was in the present lifetime. So people enjoy learning more, they enjoy developing their talents and abilities, and become much more aware and accepting of their life's pattern. Now, we also know that people who do remember their past lives do for a reason. It may be that remembering your past life is going to be helpful and healing, helping to understand why you have a certain medical condition or emotional block. It can also be something to give you comfort. Often people remember talents they have in past lives, as well as the ability to expand their knowledge. Myself, I remembered my first past life when I was 10, and I was very surprised because being a 10-year-old, I went to sleep, and I had a bad stomach ache. And my grandparents, I was staying with them, said, well, we don't know if Elaine needs to go to the hospital. She may have an appendicitis. And they were concerned. And as I went to sleep, I thought, I could die tonight or something terrible could happen. And it wasn't long. I was in a very deep sleep. And I saw myself in a place that looked like Virginia or West Virginia. And I was an old lady. I was walking down to draw water from the well. It was early in the morning. The birds were singing. And I had this oaken bucket. And as I went down to get the water, I turned to bring it back up. And my body fell backwards and my spirit fell forward. I left my body very quickly. And I thought, wow, there's really nothing to dying. You just leave your body. So that memory stayed with me. And as I became an adult and went on to study psychology, I began to read books such as Dr. Brian Weiss's book, Many Lives, Many Masters, as well as the Edgar Cayce books. And I decided I was interested in becoming a hypnotherapist. And the concept of past life regression is very helpful to help you understand your present circumstances, relationships, as well as issues that may come up in your life at any particular time. One of the things I do offer is past life regression sessions, as well as hypnosis sessions for weight loss, smoking cessation, and anxiety. If you're interested, go to my website, www.theartofmediumship, and you can read more about it. Now, hypnosis has been approved by the American Medical Association since the 1950s, so it's a very safe practice. And if done properly, it actually can make you feel better, more relaxed, happier, and more at peace. So if you're interested in anything to do with hypnosis or past life regression, I hope you will look at the website. Thank you for joining me today.